hope you're all doing well. Welcome to my bedroom. This is the first time that I'm filming like a proper video in my bedroom. I wanted to film today in my bedroom because I am starting a new series on my YouTube channel and I feel a little bit nervous about it because I never know if you guys like these types of things or not, or if I should just stick to my normal vlogs and routines. But it's 2020. I want to switch things up. You know? Let me introduce myself real quick for everyone that doesn't really know me. Hi, my name is Lilia and I'm originally from the Netherlands. I'm 25 years old. I moved to the US almost 3 years ago to study law in Washington DC, and after graduating I wanted to stay in the US, so I started my own company and I moved to LA. So I feel like for a 25-year-old, the past 2 years I've learned so much about life and I've gained a lot of wisdom, if I can say it like that. I don't know, I don't want to sound pretentious, but I feel like a lot of you guys also see that in me, and that's one of the reasons why you watch me, because you really appreciate my advice. And that's why I came up with this new series, What Would Lily Do? It's totally inspired by this YouTube series by I'm Jenim. I love her, she's so cool, which is called What Would Jen Wear, where she answers questions from her followers about what they should wear to certain occasions. So I kind of thought, why not do the same thing, but then with your guys' problems, dilemmas, struggles? Not to say that I'm this like genius, psychologist, philosopher that has all questions or all answers to the questions of life. Maybe I can give you a new perspective and help you out a little bit. I'm on my Instagram right now and I'm going to open the DMs you guys send me. Okay, let me start with the first dilemma. I've been suffering from anxiety for years now and it's getting worse. I've been affecting my studies so much. I love being a law student and I enjoy my course so much, but my anxiety has gotten the better of me. I don't go to uni, I keep missing classes, I've fallen behind on coursework. I'm not sure how to get myself back up again because I don't want to fail and I feel like I'm falling behind a lot. The first thing that I notice is that you are extremely hard on yourself. And I feel like that is a trait that is very common to our generation. We pressure ourselves so much to be, you know, perfect in every single way possible when it comes to our social life, when it comes to our work life, when it comes to our studies. My advice to that is that you have to change one thing, and this one thing is gonna, you know, have a rippling effect, kind of a butterfly effect, and change everything. And that is stop saying negative things about yourself. More often than not, we are our worst critics. We are the ones that inflict a lot of damage on us. Not even people from the outside that are bullying us, hating on us, having criticism, stuff like that. More often than not, it's ourselves that are our worst enemy. And I think that's very sad because I think each and every one of you is a wonderful person with, you know, a lot to give and a lot to bring into this world. And it honestly makes me just so sad seeing these amazing people that are so ambitious and so talented tear themselves down because they're not perfect. And we will never be perfect, and it's totally fine to not be perfect. For me, this also really hits home very closely because one of my close friends actually isn't going through the best, you know, best moment right now, and she's extremely negative, and it just really hurts me because she's this amazing person that is so beautiful and talented and funny and smart and hardworking, and it just hurts me to see her talk so badly about herself because it's so untrue. What I would recommend to you is to become a little bit more aware and intentional of your thoughts. So whenever you wake up, try to kind of reflect and assess what you're thinking. Are you thinking things like, I'm so tired, I really don't want to do anything today, but I'm so stressed out? Or are you thinking things like, okay, It's a new day, I woke up early, I have the whole day ahead of me. So thinking positively like that just sets you up for a better day. Really try to be more aware of the thoughts you're thinking and know that you are good enough. I feel like a lot of us think that we need to be fixed, that there's something wrong with us, and that the solution to our problems is to better ourselves. But that's not true, because each and every one of you is enough. And you are not broken, and you are good the way you are. And there's nothing wrong with the person you are now, there's nothing wrong with the person you were, and there's nothing wrong with the person you're going to be. Because you're just changing and evolving, and every version of you has something beautiful, and maybe has something less beautiful. But in the end, we're all whole. The only thing that you need to change about yourself is the way you talk and think about you. Here's my question for what would Lily do? I would love to move abroad, as I already lived in Canada and really enjoyed the lifestyle there. My dilemma is that now I don't have to think about me only, but also about my boyfriend. I already talked about this with him and he's pretty okay with it, but he's not really looking for opportunities abroad or even talk about it. I don't really know what to do to have him decide what he wants to do, whether it's staying in France or moving abroad. Thanks a lot for your help. I can personally totally sympathize with you. It's one thing to move abroad by yourself. It's another thing to move abroad or wanting to move abroad when you're in a relationship, when you have a significant other and the other person is not really into that idea. In this situation, I think it's great that you guys already talked about it, because that's the number one thing. In order for this to work, you have to be 100% honest with, your goals, your dreams, and your aspirations. If you want to move abroad, they at least need to know that that is one of your dreams, so they can kind of assess what they want to do. Also, in this situation, your boyfriend said that he was okay with it, which is pretty great too. However, the issue now is that you feel like he's not putting in enough effort to, make your dream of moving abroad work. It is your dream to move abroad, not necessarily the dream of your boyfriend. Now, it could possibly become his dream because he's not against it and he would be okay with it. But I do feel like, since you are the one that really wants to pursue it, you should also put more effort into it, which also means that you should not, push your boyfriend more to look for opportunities abroad, but potentially help him find these opportunities. I think it should be more of a team effort, and maybe even a little bit more of an effort from your side, trying to kind of not convince him, but kind of show the awesome opportunities that he has in Canada. Because the fact that he's already open-minded enough to support you in this dream, that's rare. Even though you want to chase after your dreams, he is also part of the picture and you really want him there on your side or at your side. So hopefully that helps. What would Lily do if she met a guy who was on holiday and doesn't live in this country? We went out once. It was the best connection/date I've ever been on, and he said the same. He went back to England and we have talked for a month straight now. Some of his family lives here in DC and he visits once a year during Christmas. We now are talking about me visiting him in England. Is this worth chasing? Should he pay for my ticket? It's all hard to answer because it's only been a month. You travel a lot. How do you handle dating globally? Very interesting question, and I can definitely relate to it. And I feel like in this situation, I can drop some of my 25-year-old wisdom. The best thing that I can advise you in this situation is to be real with yourself. With real, I mean really real, not romantic real. And I feel like this applies to a lot of girls, a lot of, I guess, boys too, that have an amazing first date or an amazing few dates and kind of overthink and kind of get overexcited and are romantic souls and very optimistic souls and like to think, oh my god, this is the one. I've been totally guilty of that. What I've learned is that it takes a lot of time and a lot of different situations to truly know a person and to truly know if you guys are compatible. And even if you guys had the best first date ever, the strongest connection Yes, there is a small chance that you guys are meant to be and you're going to be happily married and stuff like that, but the chances are very small, especially in our day and age. And I feel like especially if you go on a date and you're not from the area or he's not from the area, you kind of set yourself up for this very romantic living in the moment, like, oh, let's not think about tomorrow and just live in the now and have an amazing time during the date. And that already romanticizes everything. And then when you guys leave, you hold on to the feeling and you think like, oh my god, I never had such an exciting date before, maybe I should pursue this. So what I would recommend is that if you really think like he is the one, even though it's only been one good date, then let him come to you. Also, just for like safety reasons, I would not necessarily feel very comfortable advising a girl going to another country to meet a guy she's only been on a date with once. If he offers to pay, he can also travel himself to you. And yeah, definitely tell your parents about it, tell your friends about it, because, you know, it's kind of tricky. And I would also definitely suggest him getting a hotel or Airbnb or hostel or whatever, because yeah, I'm going to open up with you guys. I've actually been in the same situation where I decided to kind of do long distance dating based on one date, and then when the guy came to the Netherlands, I actually felt like, okay, this is not gonna work, and then I had to, you know, live with him for another 10 days because he was staying at my apartment. It's one of the stupidest things I've ever done, but I've really learned my lesson that one amazing first date doesn't mean you guys are compatible, and I would definitely not travel for a guy. I'm in the last year of college and I will start my internship in the next month for 6 months. The last couple of years, I'm really thinking of working in Italy. I'm from Greece, but I'm thinking that it would be better if I started here in Greece and work for a few years until I have enough work experience and enough money to do so. I really feel trapped here and something's making me wanted to go so bad to Italy, but I'm also a little afraid. I've never worked there before. It will be my first job, my internship, and I'm afraid that I will not find neither there what I'm looking for, and that is to truly find me and what I want in life. What would Lilia do? So, reading this comment, I sense a lot of self-doubt, a lot of fear, and that's totally understandable because you're in this kind of crossroad moment where you almost graduated from school, you kind of start your, you know, your real life, your real big job, and you don't feel comfortable in the country that you live. Well, girl, that sounds super relatable because when I was in the Netherlands, I wasn't feeling happy either, and you know, I didn't even really knew that I ever wanted to move to the US, but when I got to the US to study abroad there, I quickly realized that I never wanted to go back. So I'm not sure if you already lived in Italy, if you already had an experience in Italy, but if you did, then I totally understand that feeling that you just want to leave and, you know, never look back. But on the other hand, you're also afraid because it's a big risk you're taking. Well, sitting here in LA, the only thing that I can tell you is that every day you're taking a risk. Staying in your home country, you're taking a risk. It might not feel that way, but you never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Staying in your comfort zone, staying in the same place might not feel like taking a risk because it's what you're always are doing every day, but it actually is. Because even if you wake up every day and you go to the same school, to the same job, to the same place, you actually just never know what's really gonna happen. Maybe you get an awesome opportunity at your school to study abroad or have an internship somewhere else. Maybe at your job you get fired. Maybe your company gets bankrupt. You really don't know what's gonna happen. In the end, every day we're taking a risk. So the best thing that you can do is at least risk it for something you think that's gonna make you happy. If you do feel like your finances are now not solid enough to move abroad, I would not recommend moving abroad. What I would recommend is maybe finish your internship in Greece, you know, get some work experience, some money in Greece, and then after half a year or a year, when you have a little bit more confidence in yourself, a little bit more cash money in your bank account, Evcharisto, my Greek is not that good, and move to Italy or any other country you want to move to. Last but not least, I think 5 dilemmas is my limit for a video. Hey, this is for your upcoming YouTube video. So I graduated law school last year, congrats, and since then I have been working at a judicial clerkship. I didn't pass the bar exam and now I'm taking it again, but a large part of me has always wanted to get into writing and editing in the magazine industry. For some reason, I never went for this career path because I assumed law would be more stable and I would make more money. Girl, I feel you. However, I haven't been enjoying it as much, and the thought of being a lawyer doesn't excite me as much as being an editor of a magazine. The thing is, I know if I go into journalism path, I have to start all over with my career. Right now I'm 24 and I was happy that I finished law school so young, but I worry about changing my career path now because I don't know how I'm going to make enough money to support myself if I have to start at an internship and work my way up. I just wonder if I made the right decision sometimes, and I know you change your career path after graduating law school as well, so I thought you'd be able to relate. I've been watching your videos since before I started law school and you've always been a huge inspiration for me. Thank you. I also grew up in the DC area, so it was really cool to see you attend law school there. Thank you for taking out the time to read this. I love your videos. Aww. And thanks for being such a cool, real and inspiring person on YouTube. Also, if you don't mind, I'd love to keep this question anonymous just for privacy. Thank you again. You sound like a super, super ambitious, young woman. So in that sense, I can safely say that you, girl, are going to be fine. You already graduated from law school, you're 24, you are already working, you are already so aware of things that you like and don't like that you are at this kind of, again, crossroads to make a decision not solely based on money and prestige, but also based on your true happiness. I think that says a lot about how mature you are and how self-aware and strong you are. It's obviously going to be a tough decision, but even during moments that I have that doubt, it really quickly goes away because then another thought pops in, and that is that because even if this decision is not going to work out in the long run, I will never ever have this feeling of what if I pursued my dreams, because I actually did it, and I think that is something that is priceless, and if you don't do it, it will haunt you for the rest of your life. So the fact that you're 24 and you already have this feeling that becoming a lawyer is not your thing, don't feel guilty that you went through law school and now realizing that. Some people realize it when they're 40, you know what I mean? And then they wasted so much of their life doing something they didn't love. So instead of seeing it as a failure, see it as an asset, because you want to be an editor in a magazine, and yeah, maybe you don't have all the necessary degrees for that, but on the other hand, that also gives you a unique perspective because you have a legal perspective on things. The fact that you have a legal degree and not a journalistic degree doesn't mean you're not a good writer. We live in a day and age where it's not only about your degree and it's not only about your grades, it's also what you do with them. And if you show that you have this huge passion for being an editor, I think, you know, I would definitely give you a shot. I would just say go for it. You know, try to find friends, family, relatives, acquaintances that work in the industry, see what they have to say, and go from there. So I wish you good luck, girl. I'm sure you'll be fine. This is the end of the very first episode of What Would Lily Do? I hope you guys liked it. If you did, let me know in the comments down below. Also, leave me your dilemma in the comments down below, because next time I can also choose some dilemmas from this video and not only from Instagram. And yeah, give the video a thumbs up, because then again, I know that you guys like this video. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you very, very soon. Bye, guys.